If a war broke out tomorrow, would the United States have enough personnel to cover and defend our freedom? President Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than a generation away from extinction." His words remind us that protecting our nation requires not just hope, but also a lot of preparation. Today I will argue why reinstating the military draft for 18-year-old men and women would benefit and enhance the nation's military preparations while providing civic responsibility among American citizens. National security affects every one of us as Americans. Even if we never wear a military uniform, a strong military helps deter foreign aggression and protects our country from external threats. At home, the military also supports communities during major disasters such as hurricanes, wildfires, floods, and public emergencies by delivering supplies and transporting personnel and helping restore critical infrastructures when local resources are overwhelmed. A prepared military maintains global stability by supporting allies, protecting international trade routes, and responding to crises before they threaten American soil. When our military is ready to respond, it helps keep our nation safer both at home and abroad. As I researched this topic, I looked at the history of how our military is built, current recruiting challenges, and the defense policies to gain a balanced understanding of the issue. Congress should reinstate a military draft for 18-year-old men and women because it would strengthen our nation's defense, promote shared civic responsibility, and help preserve the security and freedoms that make the American dream possible. By ensuring the United States is prepared to defend people and its values, we can continue to be a nation where citizens and immigrants alike have the opportunity to a better future. First, I'll discuss military readiness. Second, I'll explain why a draft promotes civic responsibility. Finally, I'll discuss the personal benefits of military service. One reason Congress should consider reinstating the military draft is that it would strengthen our nation's military readiness. During World War II, per congressional research, the Selective Service inducted more than 10.1 million Americans into military service, allowing the United States to rapidly expand its armed forces during one of the nation's greatest conflicts in history. Today, however, the military recruiting is facing significant challenges. In testimony before Congress, acting Under Secretary of Defense Aish Versani stated that all volunteer forces face its greatest challenge since inception. If the United States were faced with another large-scale conflict, a military draft could provide a larger pool of trained citizens who could be called upon to defend the nation. Protecting the nation is not only about defending its borders, it's also about preserving the freedom and opportunities that define America. A universal draft could strengthen the connection by encouraging citizens to recognize their role in protecting the American society that allows people to pursue the American dream. Another reason Congress should reinstate the military draft is that it would promote civic responsibility and equality. A universal draft would encourage all citizens to recognize that protecting and contributing to our country is a shared responsibility, not just on the men. Including both men and women in the draft would promote equality by ensuring that national service is based on citizenship rather than gender. Since women can now serve equally in all military roles, requiring both men and women to participate in the draft would reflect equal responsibility. A shared service experience could also strengthen national unity by bringing together Americans from different backgrounds and communities. Similar civic duties already exist, such as serving on juries and paying taxes, because these responsibilities help support our society. Critics argue, though, that draft limits personal freedom. However, during national emergencies, governments sometimes require citizens to fulfill certain responsibilities to protect the public. A draft could help ensure the burden of defending a nation is shared fairly among citizens. Besides benefiting the nation, military service can also provide individuals with valuable life skills and experiences that can benefit them throughout their lives. A third reason Congress should reinstate military draft is that military service helps young adults develop skills that last a lifetime. As someone who is currently serving active duty in the Army, I have firsthand experience how the military benefits and helps build leadership, discipline, teamwork, and the ability to overcome challenges. Beyond serving the nation, military service provides young adults with valuable training and opportunities that could benefit them long after their service is completed. For example, per the Department of Veterans Affairs, the post 9/11 GI Bill has provided more than $100 billion in education benefits for millions of veterans and their families, helping many service members pursue college degrees and career training after leaving the military. The skills learned through the military service go beyond a job or a title. They help individuals become better leaders, stronger teammates, and more responsible citizens. These benefits show the military service is valuable not only for national defense, but also for developing the people who serve. In conclusion, reinstating a military draft for 18-year-old men and women would strengthen our nation in several important ways. It would improve military readiness by ensuring we have trained citizens available during times of crisis. It would promote equal civic responsibility by reminding Americans that it would promote equal civic responsibility by reminding Americans that protecting our freedom is a shared responsibility. It would also provide young adults with valuable leadership, education, and career skills that can benefit them throughout their lives. Congress should reinstate the military draft for 18-year-old men and women because it would strengthen our nation's security and future of the people who serve. A strong, prepared nation helps protect the freedoms and opportunities that define the American dream and continue to attract people from around the world. A military draft is not simply about preparing for war, it's about preparing citizens to serve their country, support one another, and stand ready when their nation needs them the most.
Do I have to get myself again?
Yeah.
All right.